welcome back to Planet Zoo, to our new small zoo that we've got in hard mode, I think. I think it should be hard mode, but who knows. And, well, we've got ourselves some pangolins here, as requested. And I'm also starting to get some lemurs, so we should get those going soon. We're actually, I don't know if we're losing or making money, but we're doing okay. We're making money. We're safe. We're already safe. This is good. I don't know if you can actually hear the game. Can you hear the game? Oh, I think you can't hear the game. Let me just. Yeah. Can you hear the game? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sorry. OBS was being weird. So today we're gonna get started on our kitty area, and we're gonna continue working on this small area here. A lot of people did like the idea of having like a kids area, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish off some decorating, and we're gonna hopefully finish some more research. I hope. Is one of the pangolins swimming? No, it's just... Yes, it is. Hello! For those of you who don't know, my pangolins always end up swimming. I have no idea why, but whenever I have pangolins, they spend 90% of the day in the water. I've also now officially made it to over 50 subscribers, but I don't know what content to do for a happy 50 subscribers video, so I'm not making one. Sorry. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do that now to get more chaotic content and to maybe eventually get a happy 100 subscriber videos. I don't know. I never know what to do for those videos anyways. But that's not part of this. Part of this is making this park look good. So we're making money and we've got 178 visitors. Let's actually take a look at our challenges. 300 guests, yearly souvenir profits, and habitat species. I mean, I don't know if souvenirs are a good thing to start off with. Since we like what would we have souvenirs for? You know? What I do want to have is a pond lake thing somewhere. Like, maybe we can do that over here actually. I'm just doing like the rough editing here, don't worry. Terraforming in this game is really fun, but sometimes the cursor just decides to do something else, and then you just have to live with it, you know? I'm just gonna carve out this rough area around here. There we go. See if we can fill that with water. And yeah, you know, like a little pond area. We're gonna have lemurs on there. I don't know if this is enough space for lemurs. Let's maybe just take care of that first. Because with a lot of monkeys, you can actually do habitats like this. So I think that's a lot more fun actually. Than, you know, just doing random barriers. And I promised the Kiddie Zone. We're gonna do a Kiddie Zone, but after the monkeys. Because I want to do that in like a separate area of the zoo. And I feel like I shouldn't have a completely separate area of the zoo right in the like entryway, which this essentially is. Yeah, like that. Because once again, we don't need any fencing for this. We just need some way for the zookeepers to walk over it. Like a little bridge or something. And in the meantime, we're gonna have research going for the pangolin and for the classic theme, because I would like this to be like a little classy looking. Let's go and remove the water and like have some more land in this direction so that I don't have to, you know, make a huge bridge. There we go, that's okay, I think. Smoothen that out. Be safe. And yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an irregular series, probably. I fear. I don't know. It's not that I don't like playing Planet Zoo, but you know, when you've played Planet Zoo for like 300 hours, you sometimes just want to take a break from it. By the way, this is not the final thing, but I'm going with the cheap zoo idea here, so yeah. We'll need a habitat gate. I wonder if we could do the habitat gate over here. Or like over here. But wherever we put it, we need to have the path coming out of that. I love how the water volume obstructed all the way to here. Like no kidding. We're gonna do like a little build or something here. I'm not quite sure yet, but we're gonna figure something out. For now we need to make this unescapable. And that's the only barrier we're gonna need for this. It's still not exactly what I wanted, barrier-wise, but yeah, for now it'll have to do. An inspector has arrived. Okay, let's see what the inspector has to say. And then we're gonna decorate our little island over here. I'm trying to get some lemurs for that, in case you couldn't tell. We've now got 2. We've now got 3. Okay, we could actually already place them. I'm gonna see if we can get any red ruffed lemurs as well, because you can mix those two. They're great to mix. They have the exact same likings, mostly the same toys. Go away! It's franchise mode. Things like this happen in franchise. Like having to click things 1,000 times, or... There we go. That is like the one downside of playing in franchise. It's really, really hard to get some things done. Yeah, come on. Come on. We'll need another female for that one. Well, I'm gonna guess we can't really afford one, can we? Yeah, no. It's not about affording one, there just is none. I also don't have any rewards. There's currently no challenges, but we can definitely go for challenges if they are up. I plan on making this like an actually longer series, maybe? So that's that. Just add our stuff over to this. Oh, right, I should probably like turn it into an actual habitat. For those of you who don't know, all you have to do is click onto your newest habitat and select a null barrier, and then you can just move that around roughly. It doesn't really matter where you place it, because the animals aren't going to leave it anyways, if you have water. Like, they won't swim. Lemurs don't swim away, thankfully. Yeah, come on, connect. There we go. So now we've got a habitat with... That's actually a lot of land area too. And we can just... Oh, is that a female? Is that a female? Did I... Yes! There we go. Okay, we've got the animals for our zoo. Alright, it's franchise mode. I can't multi-click. Also, when this episode is coming up, I'm probably traveling again, so there may be a lack of daily episodes, and I hope you excuse that. I'll apologize in case I actually don't manage to pre-record. I'm trying to pre-record a fair amount. I've also got a stream going up, so if you need to hear my voice for 2 hours for some reason, there is a stream of me playing Stardew Valley that lasts like 2 hours. That's going to be uploaded soon. But for now, let's just get this going. I want to have like a lot of greenery and flowers all around here, since it is supposed to be a park, so... Oh, look! Our pangolins are mating! Yes! Baby pangolins! Pangolins have low fertility, so like... I'm not expecting a lot, but... I'm not complaining if he does get pregnant. Bushes are really, really cute, actually. Are these new? I've never seen those before. Maybe I'm just blind. Flowers. Gardening. I'm doing these like really, really random garden flowers. Like here. I'm not doing this with any system, by the way. I'm just clicking through stuff. In case anyone wonders about how I do this, I don't. There's no system, I just click stuff. Flowers and such do make a difference with staff buildings. They don't really have any effects otherwise. Like, visitors won't care whether you have a lot of flowers right here or not. But let's see about our lemurs. Hello, lads. How are you doing? Hey, stop running. Stop running. So yeah, they've got the right terrain, sort of. We need more grass. And more soil as well. That's fine. There we go, trying to balance that a little bit. And they need space to climb, but we're going to have trees for that. And as you can tell, they can't... come on. They can't escape. Oh, they can escape here. Well, we're going to fix that in just a moment. Easiest thing to do is take this thing, get rid of that one. Put this further into the water and then auto-connect that. And we're going to have to do the same thing here by just... getting rid of this one, getting rid of this piece and making it like a few meters long. There we go, and then it should work. With lemurs, you know, they won't actually go around the water, but they'll still try to run if they can. So I'm gonna go and get the basic items first, so that they don't die. And then we can decorate the place. And we also got a challenge for 2 different species. Perfect. Money! The things we have to choose from is a very limited thing. So this is a feeding platform. I'm gonna have that like over here. We get a forage box enrichment, which I already researched apparently. Oh, from the pangolins? It's from the pangolins. Hey pangolins, I have a toy for you and it's giant. And some bedding. That's all we get for them right now. So we're definitely gonna have to build them some like sanctuary space, hiding space. But for now, let's just make sure that we get the right plants. It's Africa tropical. And let's, you know, make this place look nice and habitable, whichever one you prefer. I always find it hard to start because you've got like this huge open space and you need to do something, but you don't know what to do. Let's do like a large tree in the middle, maybe. A few smaller ones around the area. We do need like sort of trees pretty much because they do need to have spaces to climb on. And sadly, there's not a lot of flowers. When I say not a lot, it's more like there's no flowers, really. I'm gonna do some palm trees around like the outside of the island. Go with the total realistic idea that this is in fact an abandoned island somewhere. And not just something someone built because they wanted to have an island-like thing in their zoo. Banana palm trees, I really like using those. Because they're like a little different in color. But they still look nice. Does that make sense? Probably not. And we want to make sure that we give our lemurs some like space to hide. Because while they're not naturally shy, they do sometimes get scared by visitors. And in cases like that, it's really like annoying when they don't have places to hide because they'll be uncomfortable and you'll get people protesting and all that. And we don't really want that. And now I'm just going to do a little bit of like a, you know, a decorating. Definitely not the plants you'd be expecting in a zoo, like in a traditional park, right? But I think we can make it work. For me, that's one of the biggest problems when like trying to go for, say, a classical zoo, which is sort of what I'm doing here, right? Like classical themed. it would tell you to use like Central European flowers, but you can't use those if you want animals from a different biome. Let's place down some cabbage. They'll think that these look like just a salad. Just look at it. So yeah, you sort of have that issue where you're like, oh, like I want to have a zoo that's like traditional looking, like you'd find it in Central Europe somewhere. But I also want to have animals that aren't from Central Europe. And then you sort of have the issue of how do you do that plant-wise? Because it works with animals like the pangolin. Oh, it's already a lot more challenging with these guys. Either way, that's not why we're here. We're here to build a habitat. I'm sorry. I talk too much. You can do that in like... What is it? Creative mode? Oh, my brain just forgot what it's called. You know what I'm talking about, it's fine. You can do that there. You won't have to worry about it. I'm just a big fan of this game mode, so... yeah. There's some more greenery, actually. Is it gonna cost us a lot of money? Yeah, but that's fine. I never liked using these in the beginning, but now they've sort of grown on me. In certain quantities. Because they give you ground coverage, and ground coverage is so important in Planet Zoo. And you know, we can just go and like place some leaves underneath like this. To give it more of like a jungle feel. Because there's leaves on the ground. And yeah, that's not what these are actually for. They're actually for the animals to sleep on. But I think it's nice. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I'm back. We need to do something about... This island is still pretty bland looking. Let's take some rocks. Tropical rocks now come with moss rocks, which are cool. And with regular tropical rocks, which are also cool. It's nice how they've got sort of like this color scheme that makes the tropical rocks work well for the tropical biomes, and you know, they sort of went and feels like they made the plants and the rocks for a biome together almost. Because they respond to each other very well. That made no sense, did it? What I mean is, if we had African rocks, like African rocks, yeah. Rocks from, say, the savannah, right? In the tropical biome, it would create a weird color scheme. But like this, it actually works out quite well. And I don't really know how they did that. I mean, I'm gonna assume that they literally just created them together. Or maybe it's just the fact that we perceive this as the best way because this is how it naturally is. I don't really know, but I like that it's this way. I don't really want to do rocks in the water because I want it to be more of like a well-kept part of a garden of some rich dude who decided that having traditional African plants in his garden was a good idea. I should have done the greenhouse. I was thinking about doing a greenhouse instead. I should have done the greenhouse. Oh well. Maybe we can turn this into a different animals island and then give someone else a greenhouse later on if we still want to. Oh no, that reminds me. And they have sand. A little. I want to do like some sands around some spots where the palm tree is. I think that would look really cool. Okay, that was too much. There we go. It's not terrible. I think it's okay. So let's see if the lemurs recognize this as a decent amount of climbing space. Yes. They don't have a shelter here, so for now I'm just gonna put one of these in here. I don't approve of these shelters, by the way, but Suppose we could build one ourselves, why not? We've got all the time in the world, right? Grease block is gonna look weird. Plaster is gonna... Do we want to do like a weird basic wooden build, maybe? Like with like literal wood planks? I don't know, that might look weird too. Let's try that. I don't know if gates are actually a thing here. Like, if they actually make any difference. Probably not. We need a roof, don't we? Isn't that like horrendously boring, just having a flat wooden roof? Like a box. I don't want the box. Let's do an asphalt roof. It looks ugly, I know. We're gonna research new stuff, don't worry. I want to see if they acknowledge this as shelter. As ugly shelter, but as shelter. Yeah, okay, for now, it's gotta do for now, I'm sorry. But is the roof floating? The roof is floating. No! Roof, I need you to stop floating. Go down. You can actually build a lot of pretty things here, I'm just too stupid for it apparently. Either way, I'm gonna place down some Asian stands here so that people know what animals they're staring at. And we should get, yeah, we do already have both kinds of lemurs in here, perfect. Oh, let me just actually check what time it is. I have to check the time because I've got raids coming up. Can't be too late for those. But yeah, I mean, I think it's nice. I think it looks okay. I mean, I would go to a zoo like this. I would go to most zoos as long as they're taking care of the animals, to be honest, but it makes a nice zoo. Let's have some like benches here. I mean, the people aren't going to use them yet, but have them here anyways. We're going to have like food stalls and such in this area, so that's why the benches are being placed. Like some over here as well. But yeah. Let's make sure we get donation bins, even though, damn it, even though these definitely count as well. Just gonna make sure we have some on both sides, and then we'll see what the people are thinking. There isn't much to see, the price is great. Habitat 2 again, but I've already seen them. That's your fault, not mine. Alright, and the new goal is to have an inspector report with an overall star rating of 4 stars. We currently have, I don't know, not that much I think. We need to get slightly more guests and we should make souvenir profit. I'm not sure if like selling souvenirs is gonna work so well in a zoo that doesn't really have animals yet. You know? Maybe that's just me, but I think that's not gonna be ideal. But yeah, I'm actually gonna go and like do some basic decorating now. Because I want to. As I said before, the basic idea behind the zoo is just like a big garden sort of thing. So that's what I'm going for with the decor as well. Just a lot of flowers. And like trees too, but you have to be really, really careful with trees because if you do it wrong, you're actually gonna like place trees that still influence the animal whose habitat you're building next to, and then they get really annoyed about that. We have to be a little careful over here. Fairy flowers, also some of my favorite flowers in the game. I like these more like ground covering flowers usually. Because they're easy to implement. Also ones with irregular corners work well. Like these Dunman's Beaches here, they're quite nice to work with. Because they don't stand out too much, so you can do a lot with them. But yeah, this is literally just how I do flower design in Planet Zoo. There's no huge plan. And I'm just saying this now before anyone asks me about it, because I don't have a plan. And any plan I would tell you probably wouldn't work. That's all the disclaimers I'm putting in this video. I just take like random plants and then click my way through them until I get a combination that I like. And if something doesn't fit in, I remove it. Windflowers. My actual favorite flower, I think. How often have I said that already? I don't know, but windflowers are cool. They have like tiny actual flower beds. So you can use them really, really well to fill in like free space or something. Because you usually don't want to have the same flower like 50 times. This is pretty. I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. We actually need to do something on this side too, so... Video's going to be longer, but I'd like to do some flowers. I think we can accept that. If you're not interested in watching me place flowers, you can of course just move on to another video or the next video. I don't really know. Yeah, this is how I do my flowers. Just sort of put them down and hope for the best. There are a few I usually don't use because I don't find them to be very well fitting for most zoo. You'll probably realize which ones they are at some point. Yeah, I like just having big flower fields like this. Especially since we are going for essentially like a, big garden. I might do like small areas that are like dedicated to a certain plant or certain area. Since it is a botanical garden setting, so we might have like one corner that's plants from Africa or plants from Asia or something like that. But for now it's just gonna be a random mixture of... No, plant, don't do that. Planet Zoo. A random mixture of plants that I think look cute next to each other. For the sake of like filling the zoo. This is for all those people who think that you can't do a franchise zoo in hard mode that also looks good. I mean, I guess whether you think this looks good or not depends on whether you like my random placement of flowers, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make. Flowers are pretty cheap, And you can use them to create really, really nice looking zoos. I mean, look at that. Got loads of flowers and you enter the zoo and you're already happy. Happier, I guess. What did we get? 300 guests. Okay, great. We still don't... You're already in the corner. How are you still stressed? Yeah, pangolins are stressed out real quickly. And we also haven't finished research yet? No, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I've been playing all of this at like low speed. So I shouldn't have expected a lot of difference here. I'm gonna put some like soil underneath here to get rid of the grass pattern in the path. I really can't stand that. But we have a decent amount of people who are visiting. So we might want to think about like getting more like staff, not staff building, more visitor buildings, more guest facilities. There, that's the fancy word for it. An info stall or a... Okay, well, no, not a shelf, like drink stalls and all that. There are also vending machines. Would parks have vending machines? There, that's the question for this episode. Do we want vending machines or do we want actual stores? And why are these things all breaking down? Oh, I know why. You don't have to answer that one. Stop researching and go repairing things. But yeah, do we want vending machines or would you guys prefer having actual stalls? Now, money-wise, obviously vending machines are better, but I also like the idea of having actual drink stalls. So tell me what you guys think would be better suited for a botanical garden with animal elements. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. We're going to figure out something to do with the lemurs next time, like kind of decorate this place. And we might get started on our kitty section with turtles and doll sheep and all that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you again soon.